In this one, I want to have a quick look at cat and cow pose. Now, this is a movement that's usually done in terms of trying to get some spinal movement here. But you'll notice most people don't usually move most of their spine. So what we usually see is this sort of thing, which is really, this is just lumbar spine movement, right? We're completely missing any thoracic spine movement here. Now, part of that is poor teaching and people just not understanding what the position is for. Part of it's also the fact that people don't move this part of their spine very well. When we do move this part of the spine, we actually want to see the rib cage moving. And often people do this sort of thing and lift their head because it makes them feel like they're moving their rib cage. So it's often a good idea to try and just teach people some of this thoracic movement first. Now, ideally, people would be able to find flexion and extension here without having to move the head really. And sometimes in order to teach that, I'll use a prop. All I've got here at the moment is the head of the vacuum cleaner, but broomstick, any other cleaning implement is good for this. And high up on the rib cage, I'll use the elbows to push into the back of the ribs in order to lift the sternum. Now, you've got to be careful that it isn't this. This is still just moving my lower back, right? I'm looking to try and tilt the rib cage up. And people will find they often don't have very much movement here initially, and that's fine. Sometimes when I demonstrate this, people are trying to find the same sort of movement that I have here and feel like they need to move their lower back in order to do it. Importantly, this is also something that's really needed for good overhead positions and, you know, looking at good breathing patterns, good shoulder mechanics, etc. So it's something that's worthwhile spending some time on, ensuring that people can find good rib cage movement here. Now, in my Stretch Yourself Strong system, we would also look to release lats, pec, traps, etc. in order to free this up. And we'd probably use this as a phase 2 strategy to capitalize on the movement gain. But once you've got those things down, what you want to do is sometimes I cue like pull the hands back and see if you can pull the chest forward. And I'll often also cue lengthening of the back of the neck. So what we want to do is get the sternum to point straight ahead and kind of stick your head out like a turtle. What we don't want is this, okay, because one, this is really just there because people aren't moving this part, so they're kind of looking forward. And what we're trying to also do in this is see if we can get opposition of our pelvis, and our rib cage, and our head. So we're really trying to find full range movement of those 3 parts of our body here. And when we do that, we also find that we're going to get good contraction and relaxation of the muscles that are attached to those points. So, as I let my chest face forward, I'm going to lengthen the back of my neck, and I'm going to round, just going to let my head relax. I don't necessarily need, if I am opposing my head and my chest, I don't necessarily need to do this because just by staying still, I'm getting that opposition anyway. Okay, so you also might like to breathe in as the chest comes forward, breathe out, pushing the hands round through the back. And that is cat and cow pose with the intention that it was there for. If you have any questions about this, please post, comment below. Please share this if it was helpful, subscribe, etc., all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one.